guys, what's up? Mikkel here, registered dietitian and founder of Nutrition Stripped, coming at you today from my home kitchen, and I'm really excited to chat with you about an important topic, one that's really not talked about as much as it should be, and that is how to stay accountable. So especially right now when we are talking about New Year's resolutions, we're talking about goal setting, intentions, changing your eating habits, changing your lifestyle habits. All of that is fantastic. It's great knowledge, education, and things that you can absolutely start your new year with. But if you don't know how to stay accountable and stay on track, how to stay on your path to your wellness vision, if you don't have the support and all of these accountability tools, it's going to be really hard to reach your goals. So today I'm excited to share with you some tips, tricks that I use with my clients, that our NS Wellness coaches use with our coaching clients, and a few tips from the Method membership, which is my year-long program. So let's hop in and I'm going to share with you ways to stay accountable. All right, so you might be asking yourself, how can I stay accountable? So mastering accountability will help you to stay on top of your deadlines with your professional career or even personal life, reach your goals, and truly value your word. So first things first, what is accountability? I want you to think about all the times that you've made a decision, a choice, or even a promise to yourself. And maybe you've decided to, take the stairs instead of the elevator at your office all week, or get to the gym on Monday morning, or park your car really, really far so you can increase your steps. And many times you've gotten to the point where you're implementing like a new habit or a behavior change, and you simply thought I'm not feeling it today. I really don't want to do it. It's that situation where we might be actually lacking accountability, not lacking the motivation or a lack of willpower, but accountability to see that practice through. And that's a huge part that we teach all of our clients in the method. And being accountable means really sticking to your commitments, having full transparency with yourself. So that means being really, really honest, even if it feels difficult to do, and keeping the promise you made to yourself. It also means, for you, maybe it means like getting out of bed at 5:30 in the morning, walking up 5 flights of steps, packing your lunch, or having lunch outside of your desk space, simply because you made that promise to yourself. Accountability is the act of being held responsible, if we really think about it on a two-dimensional level. It's being answerable for your actions or the decisions that you've made. And it's an essential, valuable trait to have for so many parts of our life, from our healthy eating habits, lifestyle habits, from work environments, our relationships, behavior change. Accountability has a hand in it all. And despite its importance, accountability is actually something that many of us struggle with daily. That's why we have so many clients who need one-on-one support and accountability and all of that help. And it's really important because when we know exactly what to do or how to do it, when to do it, and it still isn't working, accountability is like that last piece of the puzzle that will really take you to the finish line. So it's crucial. The importance of accountability is crucial. And so I want you to think about your accountability as the follow-through, your honesty, your ability to stick to your word, your promises. And you can talk all day about big plans, intentions, goal setting, but what is it worth if we actually never take that action and if it doesn't stay consistent? So staying accountable means walking the walk, so to speak, practicing what you preach. So now that you know how important staying accountable is and what it is, how do we actually do it? How do we stay accountable? So accountability is twofold. We first really need to stay accountable to ourselves. I think that's the most important part. When no one is around to see you or acknowledge your actions or your behaviors, accountability is that little push that gets you out of bed when you're really cozy or you're craving an extra bit of sleep. But sometimes being accountable means just staying accountable to others. So that's the second part. It's that combination of the two, staying accountable to yourself and staying accountable to others, that's actually been proven to allow you to stay accountable through your whole life, reaching your goals that you set for yourself, all of your decisions that you're making related to your health, your nutrition. So that's so, so key. So first off, let's talk about being accountable to yourself. I want you to start by getting that little voice in your head, acknowledging it, observing you, that says oh, you need to be motivated to be accountable. First things first, I want you to write it all down. We've said it once and I'll say it a million times over. You need to write down your goals. Whether you're a fan of planners, journals, calendars, working on a computer, writing down your goals has been proven time and time again to increase your chances of success. So why not? Why not write it down? More specifically, recent research has shown that we're about 40% more likely, 40% more likely to succeed if we have our goals written down. So who doesn't want that like extra little boost of 40% chance of success? So when recording your goals and ambitions for accountability or your intentions, I want you to be really specific and realistic. So if this is your first go at maintaining, whether it's like an exercise schedule or eating nutritious meals, start off by committing to 7 days a week of, intense exercise. Probably isn't the best way to start, right? You need to start small and slow and build your way up. So maybe it's like, hey, every day for 10 minutes, I'm gonna increase my exercise. But then get a little nitty gritty. Like, what kind of exercise are you gonna do? When are you going to do it throughout the day? Are you gonna take any classes? What time does the class start? The more specific you are and the more you can map it out in your head, the clearer the message is, and it's so much easier to adhere to. Also, tangibly seeing your goals in front of you on paper makes it a little bit more real and concrete, and like I said, undoubtedly increases your chances of remaining accountable. So number 2, take it step by step. So let's say that you've always wanted to meal prep your meals every week, but you just never seem to follow through with your plans. Not only should you write down your goal of meal prepping, but you can also map out a schedule for when, how to, how much, what's your grocery list look like, what's your shopping day look like when are these actions actually going to take place? So that way you're a little bit more motivated and you also have the concrete knowledge and plan to really implement that behavior change or goal. So this really takes care of all of the heavy lifting ahead of time, really. If you plan ahead, so that way when meal planning day starts or your meal planning, afternoon starts, if it's just a little thing like a mini meal prep session, you know exactly when to do it and when to start. So I also want you to be really specific with your schedule. Like the exercise example, when is your meal planning going to take place? Do you need to set a reminder on your phone? Do you need to write it down on your calendar? Just really ask yourself a lot of these questions so that you know and you can acknowledge all of your strengths and weaknesses with staying accountable and putting it on the calendar so that you can have it ahead of time and really be present in that moment. Number 3, be honest with yourself. So as cliche as it might sound, honesty truly is the best policy, especially when it comes to getting really honest about your goals, your intentions, because a lot of us sometimes will rationalize or justify like little excuses that we have. But when things don't go as planned, or if you find yourself like in a situation where you weren't able to stay accountable, be really honest with yourself. Use that time to determine like what worked, what didn't work, why didn't you stay accountable, and what you can do differently next time. That's a huge piece of the puzzle. And we have to all acknowledge, like, we're human, we all make mistakes, we just want to be sure to learn from them and move forward rather than repeat the same errors or challenges over and over again and feel a little stuck. So number 4, seek out the knowledge you require. This is huge. It's okay to ask for help. In order to stay accountable and stick to your decisions and your goals, you need to have the proper knowledge and education, which I hope you're gaining right now in this video. But whatever the subject may be, educate yourself so you know how to properly apply yourself. That is huge. So whether it's about meal prep or exercise, educating yourself may involve doing a little research on your own, but oftentimes your best bet is to work with a professional that you can trust. So for example, if you're looking for guidance with meal planning, we have our Master Meal Planning program. We also have a completely free training on meal planning that you can absolutely check out just to dip your toe in it, see if that, remedies any of your questions or challenges. But if you want to take it a step further, absolutely hit up one of our NS Wellness coaches and they can help you give that extra layer of accountability, which we'll discuss next as well. So how do you stay accountable to others? This is another piece of the puzzle. You can stay accountable to yourself, which is huge, and then others. And research has shown that in order for us to truly remain accountable, we often need the support of others. We can't do it alone, and we shouldn't have to. So number 1, talk about your goals out loud. So whether if it's with a professional that you're working with, like a dietitian or a personal trainer or a life coach, your best friend, a significant other, or maybe a workout buddy at the gym, talk to them about your goals. The more that we verbalize and discuss our plans, our goals, our intention, the more responsible we feel for accomplishing them. the more you voice it, the more you want to achieve it as well. So the next time you're making a lifestyle change or you're adding in a new healthy eating habit or a new step into your daily routine, or even a goal or intention, tell someone else about it. Once again, be as specific as possible. So tell them that you're going to the gym at 6 a.m. on Friday mornings and or that you're going to try to budget $50 per week to save up for that special trip, or you're going to meal prep on Sundays. By both verbalizing and writing down our goals, we feel more compelled to remain accountable to ourselves, but also to others, and see it through to the end. So why not utilize all these resources we have to really own that accountability? And that's also another reason why we have the Method membership. It's a year-long program with tons of accountability, private community forum, help from me, all of that good stuff. So to absolutely check that out too. All right, and the last thing, number 2, is to be honest with others. Once you tell someone that you're going to do something like go to the gym on Fridays or meal prep, isn't it a little bit more difficult to tell them that you actually didn't follow through when they ask, like, hey, how's it going? This is one of the many reasons why talking out loud about your goals, your intentions with others is so important for accountability. We also need to make sure that we're honest. You know, when things don't go the way that we envisioned or that we planned or hoped, and friends ask you, hey, like, why didn't that happen, or why didn't that follow through? You can always just tell the truth and be super honest. If you're simply feeling unmotivated, just tell them. The more acknowledgement and honesty you have about these challenging points or these points of, quote, weakness or weak points, the more likely you are to address them moving forward and prevent them from happening again. But more importantly, you're opening up the space for your friends, your professionals, your community to give you advice and to, kind of like give you a little confidence boost when you really, really need it. And that's such a beautiful point about accountability. So I would love to hear from you. Comment below and let me know what are the ways that you stay accountable, or if there's something that you're really challenged with right now as you're entering in the new year, whether it's like adding in healthy eating habits or meal prep or exercising or meditating or taking care of your mind, body, spirit. I want to know, so comment below and let me know what you need help and accountability with, and for sure follow me on Instagram. If you are a previous subscriber, I'm so happy that you stuck around again, and if you're new to my channel, then for sure click subscribe for more weekly videos and give me a thumbs up to let me know how you like these video styles. I'm trying something new for 2020 and having a lot of fun with this, so you guys just let me know in the comments below what you want to hear from me, topics, advice, all of that good stuff. I got you covered, and I'm wishing you a really beautiful day.